Well, good evening. This is Susan for SLC Aquatics. Sorry I'm getting started just a little late tonight. Having some issues in this tank behind me. I definitely have to get some more filtration going on. Um, it may not be the tank for that light, so I'm definitely going to have to see what that light's going to do. I'm going to hey Flynn, hey Michael, hey AC Aqua, how y'all doing? Gonna have issue. I got issues with this tank behind me. That's why I was a little late. I had to do some filter floss clean out and the sponge intake. I had to rinse it out. The water wasn't flowing through the filter. I had to scrub the front of the glass off, and as you see, it's a little milky. Um, Still having a fish die off here and there. And it seems to be the young female guppies, and then the guppy grass is dying back. So there's definitely not enough nitrites and probably too much sun, too much light. Nitrates, not enough nitrates. Hey DH, hey Mario, hey Rogers, how y'all doing tonight? Yep, having issues with the 29. And I don't know what's going on. I've been really busy not being able to get up here to watch things, to see how things are going. Um, I did a 90% water change last week, and I don't think I'm going to do that much this week. I'll probably do a 20%. Hey, King and Queen Sickless, good to have you in the house. And I know we're missing our regulars. Um, Before I came live, Lucas went live just for a few minutes for a Fishroom tour. I didn't get to holler at him because I was busy, but it's good to have you guys with me tonight. We're just going to hang around the fish room. We're going to discuss some things. I still have mostly bettas in here. My Cory cats look like they have finally recovered from that fungus that was going on. I'm going to watch them for another week, and then I'm going to introduce them into probably this aquarium behind me after I do another good substrate cleaning. I think this time I am going to remove the plants and give them a little bit of a peroxide dip, rinse them off real good with treated water, and then Fancy Tail, hey, no, you weren't late. I was late. So welcome to the show tonight. So I'm going to do a good clean out back here, and I'm going to adjust the timer on the light again. I'm going to knock off 2 hours, and I'm going to allow the light to be on about 6 hours a day. I did raise the light about 3 inches, and I need when I do a water change this week, I am going to scrub all of the walls down and get the algae off of the walls. I'm going to buy another filter from Diego at Petsonics and optimize the filtration for this tank. The sponge filter in the corner definitely needs a good washing. You know, when your sponge filter starts sucking in on the sides, it's time to clean it. Thank you, King and Queen Sickless. Glad you're here too. Thank you for being a fan. Lumpy Dog, Jeff is in the house. Hey, buddy. Hey, Daryl Dimer, how you doing? Guess what? You get the wrench. You're such a faithful guy. You always greet me when I come in other chats, and I appreciate it. Um, we were discussing the 29-gallon behind me, how it continues to have issues. My guppy grass is dying back. What kills guppy grass? Low oxygen, low nitrates. So, I'm thinking. You know that real tall plant right here? It's plastic. Okay? Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. It's probably going to get distorted. That right there is plastic wisteria. This is an Anubias on a piece of driftwood, and behind it is some Anubias nano. This is a decoration with plastic plants. And, okay, that is guppy grass. That is guppy grass. And I have a sword down here and a sword down here. And there's a piece of vow back behind all of this that it hasn't taken off yet. So, back to normal. Rogers Aquarium says, how long have you had the guppy grass? Oh, the guppy grass has been in my tanks for 2 years, 2 to 3 years. Low nitrates or very low light. The light is probably, it's 10,000 kelvins. So I don't know the difference between kelvins and lumens. Fancy Tale says, not sure other than not enough nutrients. And that's what I thought. The tank's been up and running since the time before last, $1 per gallon. Trying to think what month. What month did I get? Was it January or February that I got? I think February that I got the 29. So since February, the tank's been up. It was seeded with the sponge filter that came out of the 55. It was seeded with some of the algae water, the green water that came out of the angelfish's grow out tub. So as far as beneficial bacteria, I would say there's good beneficial bacteria, but I'm messed up the bioload by adding the colony of guppies. That's what I did. And so the tank's constantly trying to catch up, probably with the beneficial bacteria, and also um, the nutrients. The plants that are in there probably could use some ferts in the column, in the water column. Kelvin is wavelength, not how white it is. Lumens is the amount of light, the brightness. Thank you, Lumpy Dog. So kelvins is 10,000 kelvins. And I don't know what the lumens are. Give me a minute. says 65 watt, 10,000 K, premium daylight. Let me see. Provides the optimal full spectrum lighting requirements of a living reef. Produces ideal crisp white light that duplicates the lighting spectrum in the ocean at a depth of 5 to 15 feet. Could be my issue there. Hey Michael, Freshwater Fish Freaks, hola. Fancy Tail says, I use Easy Green and 6500 Daylight CFLs. Most of the tanks do okay except for one tank. Okay, Fancy Tail. DH says, I need to get all new lights for the 40 gallons and the new stock tank. I'm afraid to look at that price tag, LOL. Yeah, you know, start on a budget for a little while, Dusty, until your price tag can catch up with itself. Freshwater Fish Freak, sorry I've been absent lately. I understand. Sometimes we take a break from things and life gets busy. I hope everything's okay, Michael. I know you've been working on your new background. So if y'all check out Freshwater Fish Freaks, matter of fact, check out everybody's channel. And do the Fish Fam, hashtag Fish Fam Love. And I don't want to get into the habit of sub for sub. But if you haven't subscribed to one of them that have content, and I say if you have content, if you don't have content, you're not building your channel. So I guess a subscription doesn't matter to you. But at least check out each other's channel and support one another where you can. Dusty says, okay. Freshwater Fish Freak. Okay, Fancy Tail says, hiya, freak. Lumpy Dog says, many people with planted tanks do too many water changes and uses fertilizers without significant amounts of nitrogen. Easy Green works good for nitrogen. I aim for 10 to 40 ppm nitrates for plants. And that's another thing that I need to educate myself on is how to test. You know, I'm not a real good person when it comes to water testing and stuff. I have the API Freshwater Master Kit, and so for nitrates, you try to get to 10 to 40. Yeah, in that tank, it was about, I want to say, can't remember the last reading. The last reading was, I believe, 10 to 20 ppm in that tank. Freshwater Fish Freak says, starting a new job, haven't had time to make videos. Oh, okay, Michael. You and I need to chit-chat. Michael Aquarium saying hello. I said hello, Michael. Good to have you with us all the way from England, and I know it's already Wednesday morning there, I do believe. DH Aquatics says, I hear you, Freshwater Fish Freaks. And yes, congratulations goes out to Michael at Freshwater Fish Freaks for his new job. And also, congratulations goes to Dusty for his new job. He just finished all of his computer training. He's been hired, I believe, at a local Petco as an aquatic expert. Is that how your title is? King Lee. Hi, King Lee. Good to see you, sweetheart. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how many lumens. Lumens my light is putting out. But these lights are for salt water, you know, salt water, because my son-in-law had that light behind me on, I think, a saltwater tank or a reef tank. So I may have to invest in another light too, Dusty. But I think Joel Corvus Oskin did a good product review on some lights a couple videos ago. Yeah, that's pretty close, aquatic expert. Because that's what Diego is at Petco also. But congratulations to you. Oh, King Lee's asking Fancy Tail Aquatics, how's it going? And Michael confirmed that yes, it is Wednesday morning, 12:29 a.m. Oh my goodness. How do you do it? Also, I will be rescuing, I think, 2 more betas, and I'm getting their tanks and everything, and they might even have some corridors in it, which I'm excited. I don't know, the corridors may not have made it. I can't remember. But the people who bought them, you know, their lives are busy, and sometimes you get tired of taking care of your fish, and mainly because you don't have the time to enjoy them. So I'm going to rescue a couple betas, and they will go into my living room. Yay! My husband's home, and he's got a bag in his hand, which meant his shopping spree was successful. Down the wormhole, D. Hey, how you doing? So, I will be rescuing 2 betas. I'm still wanting to downsize, but it's just not working out. I know within a week or two, on the 19th, I'm going to take a lot of fish to Ed's Pet World. I probably need to do it the week before we meet because the temperatures are getting warmer here. We skipped spring. We went from 60 and 70 degrees and lows of 30s to lows of 60s and highs in the 80s, and I think Thursday is going to be 92 degrees here in Alabama. And Kyle at Kyle's Wild World and I were chit-chatting this morning on Facebook about, I think he's in Texas, and so it was 85 degrees. And when I was out on the porch this morning, it was already 82 degrees, or going up to 82 degrees. My goldfish on the front porch, and I meant to upload a video to play behind me, but my 4 goldfish are getting more active because the temperatures are not dropping as low, and I want to do a water change in the 40-gallon pond so that I can actually put the raise the pond a little bit and get it off the concrete, and that will cause the water temperatures to raise a little bit. Hi, dear. Fancy Tail says MTS is probably the best addiction you can have. Been 50 to 85 all over the place the last week. Yeah, crazy temperature changes. D says they've missed spring there too. Mark's Arks Aquarium's in the house. Hey, Mark, good to see you. It's been a while. I hope you're doing well. Dusty says, alrighty, I've got to go write one of my 4 papers due this week. Yuck. Have a great night, y'all. Thank you, Dusty. Thank you for dropping in. I really appreciate it, and I'm really excited for your new job and your new tanks. And I pray that the pocketbook doesn't scream too much for those lights you got to get for those 40s. I saw you got some feeder goldfish. But have a good night, Dusty. Yeah, isn't it good seeing Mark D? It's been such a long time. This is a 29-gallon behind me that has 5 angelfish fry growing out. They're almost the size of a quarter now, so I can bag them up and take them to Ed's Pet World, and also I'll try to get some footage of them before I take them. I'm taking a lot of my guppies, King Lee. I'm going to keep breeders for the um, blue-green Moscows. And I think I saw that you had, some blue Moscows that I was interested in, that I might add into the strain, because this colony behind me, even though the males are still pretty, there is some yellow coming through, hues of yellow, and so I know the yellow and blue makes green. And anyway, I've got a 5-gallon with 2 corridors in it that have been under medication for white fungus. And then I've got a 5-gallon here to my right, right here. Come with me. I have a 5-gallon right here with a small colony of the first blue greens that you gave me, King Lee. And these are probably 3rd or 4th generations growing up. I have some babies up in there. Up in the guppy grass, there's some fry up in there. I don't know how many, but not very many. And I want to keep the best from this group. And of course, back here I have some guppies with my betta, because I'm trying to train my betta to live with other fish. I think he killed 2 of them, because I put 6 in there and there's 4. But he's quit killing them, either because he's full or he's tired, and because I've had 4 guppies in there for the last week. Fancy Tail says, I have a problem with my purple Moscow coloring down. 7-year colony going. We'll have to mix a new color soon. They are becoming blue-green. Uh-huh. That's the problem I'm having with this colony right here. They're blue-green Moscows that I got from King Lee, and they're yellowing up. So I don't know how old the colony is, but I've had it about, how long, King Lee? About 6 months now, and they've probably had 4 drops, 4 or 5 drops. So don't know how old the colony was before King Lee got them. Hey Brian, how you doing? Welcome to the stream tonight. So when it comes to keeping a strain strong, sometimes you have to outsource it, but you have to make sure you know where your outsource is coming from, that it is a true strain. Hey babe.
You got a second?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about getting me something to eat. You want anything?
Yeah.
Cynthia claimed the wings at the mall are awesome and way better than here at the Shell, so I was thinking of going up there. And
That'll
I don't
work.
want no fries, I just want some wings.
Okay. And if they do have a coleslaw or something like that, I'll take some coleslaw instead of the fries.
Oh, you do want something else, though. I don't know if they do.
Okay.
I was just getting hot wings.
Thanks.
Okay. Bye, YouTube people.
Mr. SLC Aquatics says, bye, YouTube. Mark's Ark says, my wife gets mad at me if I'm on girls' live stream. That's why I don't show up much. She's out of town. LOL. Well, I have a friend who wants to maybe start an all guys live stream. Of course, that's already going on around when the guys hang out Maybe you'll be safe there, Mark. Um, Mark says you have a wife. Oh goodness. Let's just have some fun and unwind. Uh, I've been very busy at church, and we had an unexpected death in the church family. 54-year-old young man that, as far as I know, he just passed away of natural causes. But we had to have his, homegoing service Saturday unexpectedly, and that turns into about an 8-hour day for me. But it's normally an 8-hour day anyway because we normally have choir rehearsals and praise team rehearsals. So anyway, and then the weekends are my busy time. I do get some downtime during the week. Thursdays are supposed to be my off day, but of course, if something's going on, or a delivery, or a maintenance call, or something's going on across the street where I work, I'm on call. Brian just subscribed to me. Well, thank you, Brian. I've been seeing you around in different live chats. Hope you're doing well. Oh, Michael just subscribed to Brian. Let me read that right. My I had to add my opaline gourami to the tank with my female angelfish. And if you haven't been following me, I had to separate my angelfish because the male was getting so aggressive. He was beating up on her to where there was scales literally hanging off of her body. So I separated them. I put some catappa leaves, did some water change, put some catappa leaves and some extra stress coat in there, API stress coat, which helps with scale injuries and stuff. It has aloe vera in it. And yeah, because this is the stress coat plus. It has healing power of aloe vera, proven to reduce fish stress and replaces the slime coat. So that's why I use API stress coat for my dechlorinator. It dechlorinates and it removes chlorine and chloramines, detoxifies heavy metals. And not every dechlorinator will take care of other heavy metals, so you really need to read your label. And but I use that, and I have used that for over 3 years now. And Fancy Tail says, Michael Aquarium, I will sub shortly to help out. Yep, that's sweet, guys. That's the hashtag FishFam way that we show love one to another, support one another, and let everybody know that we're there for you. I don't know what's going on. I know there's been some new policies with Teespring, and I haven't read them. And apparently, um, Bob at Steamflot Aquatics hasn't read it either because he found out today that at Walmart.com his Teespring T-shirt Steamflot Aquatics was at Walmart.com. So I'm going to be checking into that. And as you see, I'm not going to make this into a selling video, but I'm going to take this moment to let everyone know that I do have my aprons available now at Zazzles.com, okay? And that's at Zazzle.com/SLC Aquatic Store. They have two great big pockets, and the strap here is adjustable, okay? So I like that. And I'm a plus size girl, and I have plenty of string behind me. Um, I have plenty of string behind me. So It is a large apron with 2 big pockets on it, and it runs $21.95. But if you watch Zazzle.com, they run their own 40, 50%, 10%, 15% sales, and they provide their own promo code. And don't know right now. They were running 40 and 50% off on some products. And at Teespring is where you can get my my T-shirt and my mugs. And I also have a hoodie there at Teespring, and I have some water change socks. So if you wear the water change socks when you're doing water changes, you'll feel like you got some help with you. And you need an apron too. The apron comes in 3 colors: white, yellow, and kind of like a taupe or a tan color. I use Stress Coat for shipping all of my fish. It works great to calm them down along with Prime. Love them both. That's wonderful, Fancy Tales. Hey, there's PMG Hustle Woman. Hey, Yolanda, how you doing? Man, I almost put that T-shirt on tonight too. Okay, y'all got to check out the PEM Hustle Woman T-shirt right there. Let me zoom it in. Okay? PEMG Hustle Woman. That's my friend Yolanda. Yay! Good to see you, sweetheart. Susan, did you see the video of Paul Cafaro of him getting turtles for his big pond? No, I haven't watched that video yet, Michael, but I will be watching it. He's really filling up that pond. He said his koi are already spawning. Yep, Lumpy Dog says to Fancy Tail Aquatics, thanks for that idea. The Amphibian and Fish Channel. Hey, honey, how you doing? KG Cichlids. Hey, how you doing, KG? Good to see you. Good to have you in the house tonight. I know we're all missing the Maboo Studio team, and they're traveling, I guess, in Germany right now, and we'll be catching hopefully some good video. That's great, Fancy Tail Aquatics. Anybody have any questions like my goldfish pond? I was talking earlier how I'm going to do a good water change where I can lift it up off of the concrete porch. I just want to raise it a couple inches, put a piece of plywood underneath of it. I'm good. How are you? I'm doing fine, Corey. Good to see you. How's Jingles? It's a pretty bird. Jingles is his bird. And how many did you just hit? Did you hit 500 subs? Let me go check you out. Y'all give me a minute. 300 subs. 300 subs with Jingles. That's what it was. Congratulations. Keep on growing. Keep on having fun with what you do. That's what I had to do. I had to just back up, forget about the numbers, and just remember why I do this. Yeah, everybody check everybody out. Gina, hey Gina, how you doing? Auntie Gina's in the house, everybody. Hope you're doing good, sweetheart. Yep. Just a couple more weeks, sweetheart. We got a few of the girls, and I got to find my email for Aquatic Express, and because he wants to come and meet with us on the 19th as well. And I'm hoping that everything works out, that his mom can drive him up. And we're going to go out to eat, and we're going to do some filming. We're going to be doing some laughing and just fish talk and everything else. And then we're going over to Ed's Pet World that has fish, has freshwater fish, has saltwater fish, turtles, snakes, tarantulas, lizards, rabbits, guinea pigs, um, Lord, what else they got? Parrots. They have all kinds of critters. Oh, bettas. Yeah, bettas are freshwater fish. Michael Crane says, everybody on here, if you're not watched Paul Cafaro video yet, go and have a look. Once you start watching, you won't stop watching. He is a young guy and he's got energy. Yes, he does. Um, Thank you for that information. I do enjoy watching that young man's videos. Cab 7 is in the house, everybody. Cab 7. Y'all haven't seen him in a while, I know. Hello, my dear friend Susan. I hope all is well with you and yours. Fish, fish, fish. Yes, Cab. Everybody visit Cab 7's channel. This man right here, he is on a mission. And he has accepted the calling that he has of inspirational support. He's there emotionally. He's there inspirationally. Um, he really ministers to a lot of people, and God has given him some broad shoulders in order to do that job. And he has a beautiful garden that he planted himself and he tends to there at his house in Pennsylvania. And he even built his own pond and has fish in that. And he gets to go out there and sit and enjoy them. And then my favorite times is when he goes on his nature walks to the lake and he just has some heart-to-heart conversations. So thanks, Cab, for stopping by and supporting me tonight. I love you. Everybody check out Cab 7. He is such a wonderful guy. Yolanda says, at a stoplight now watching from my auto. Okay, girl, you be careful. Safe travels. Matthew Moore Sickless is in the house. I'm alive. Yes, yay. I'm glad you're alive. Tell us how everything's going. Thanks, Mark, for the sub. We'll return it as well, Fancy Tale says. Everybody's subbing each other. Yes, D says, Cab 7, so good to see you. The Amphibian and Fish Channel, Cab 7, I'ma sub you up. Great. Oh, you're welcome, Ben. You are really an inspiration, and you just bless my heart. And I love you, and I'm glad to have you with me. Mark says, thanks, Fancy Tales. Cab says, thank you kindly. The Amphibian and Fish Channel. Matthew Moore says, got you subbed, Cab 7. Yeah, he's working on 4,000 right now, if he hasn't already gone over it. But he is also a comedian, so he has some of his, anyway, should I say some of his, anyway, it's adult humor, but it's a lot of fun. So you got me blushing already because of some that I've watched. Fancy Tale says, too many people are afraid to admit they believe and walk with God. Thanks, Susan and Flip, for helping the cause. Yes, and Cab 7 talks about who God is in his life and how everybody needs to have God and to lean on God and to, we got to prepare this soul for an eternal home. So that's all my preaching tonight. I have another channel that I will share with you all if anyone is interested. I haven't any content on it yet, so I need to make time, maybe in my private studies, to share some content. Thank you, Fancy Tail Aquatics. Matthew Moore says, not me, Fancy. Love y'all. Y'all gonna make me cry tonight. Uh, Gina is a sister in the Lord. Yolanda, PMG Hustle Woman, is a sister in the Lord. It's good to have all of um, the spiritual support as well, because there's a lot that goes on in life. Cecilia's in the house. Hey, sweetheart, good to have you. And excuse me just a minute. Hubby's trying to get our meal. So, but I love the Lord, and that's on my description on my channel. And I love my fishes. And my motto up above is touching lives one fish at a time. And there is opportunity for each one of us, as Cab says many times on his live streams. There's opportunity for all of us to just reach out and be there for one another. And remember, even if you're going through some bad times, there's always someone else that's going through a worse situation. So our prayers are with those in Hawaii right now that had to evacuate, that have lost their homes and property. And I haven't heard whether or not there's been any loss of life. I'm hoping people did evacuate. There's another sister in the Lord, Life with Pets. Hey, dear. Sheila, good to have you in the house. Jenna says, got a phone call. I missed all that. Well, maybe you can scroll up and read the replay. Amen to that, Susan. Thank you, Cab. Um, we have to remember also our little Caleb, who is a fighter against leukemia, and he is an overcomer, and he's going to beat this thing and conquer this thing. And there is a GoFundMe account that I don't have available right now, but if any of the mods can go look for it. Oh, I've got it. Great. Came right up. So I'll post it in the chat. Anybody wants to go and financially support Caleb. He is, I believe, an 8-year-old young man who's fighting leukemia with everything he's got. His mommy, Candy, overhauls, and his daddy, can't think of his name right now. Forgive me, Mr. Overhauls, if you're listening. Um, they're taking up funds to help pay for some of his medical bills. And the last time I looked, it was around, well, let me look. It's at 28,000, and their goal is 40,000. So if you can help, you're not obligated to, but if you can help support, it will be a blessing to that family. I know there was some issues with our friends in the islands still. I want to say Dominica and Peru. Is it Peru? Not Peru, excuse me. Puerto Rico, that's still having problems. And down where JH Aquatics is from, he also, they're functioning. And it'll be a while before St. John's and St. Thomas Islands in the Virgin Islands will be back to normal, but they're functioning, and we just want to continue to lift them up in prayer as well. Rob Hicks is in the house. Hey, Rob. Michael Aquarium said, this weekend just got gone, emptied on my tank out to get rid of all those hundreds and hundreds of snails. I soaked the stones in vinegar overnight. Okay, if you soak them, please make sure that you give them several rinses with fresh chlorine water to get that vinegar out of those stones, okay? Prayers to the overhauls in JH. Amen. Um, I need prayer for this tank behind me. Being lighthearted about it, even though prayers are nothing to be lighthearted about. But I do need help with that tank. It has substrate. It has Eco-Complete substrate. It has live plants in it and plastic plants. It has 5 angelfish fry and a colony of blue-green guppies in it. And I have one baby Corydora that actually grew up with the angel fish fry. And I probably won't get any more angelfish fry out of this breeding pair because I had to separate them because the male was beaten up on the female. But that tank, the guppy grass is dying back, and the algae, the green algae, it's green algae, is just overtaking the tank. So last week I did a 90% water change. I do need to up my filtration. I need a new filter. Corey says I have to go eat supper. Bye bye everyone and have a great night. Good night, Corey. And Corey is a believer as well. Mark's Aquarium says I had a 14-hour power outage a couple days ago that was bad enough. Oh no, Mark. Did you lose any fish over that? Or have I want to know 14 hours is a long time without aeration on your beneficial bacteria. So does it cause your tanks to recycle once power comes back on? Yeah, Cecilia said, bye, Corey. Enjoy your dinner. Gina says, I didn't know anything about what's going on in Hawaii. Hawaii's had a volcano eruption. Yeah, HC was here, and he said he was fine. I don't think he was on the island where the volcano erupted. HC, fill us in if you can. HC Aqua, we are calling on information. Let's see. Mark says HC is okay. Rob said to Michael, aquarium overfeeding breeds snails, so cut back on your feeding as well. And I agree with that, Rob. Thanks so much for inputting that. Cecilia says, oh my God, Matthew, that's going to be some work, but will be a good thing, I'm guessing. I'm hoping. I don't know. Got to move my tanks this weekend. Got apartment above me. Oh, now I'm seeing why Cecilia said that's a lot of work. Yes. God bless you, Matthew, and hope everything goes well and smoothly without any losses. Cab7 says our koi and goldfish are enjoying the spring weather here in Pennsylvania, and it's been a long winter not seeing them in our pond. Good. Cab, what do you feed them when they first start waking up from the winter? And then Mark says he has a generator. Awesome. Rob Hicks said, hi, Cab. You're looking good, guy. Yes, he is. Oh, Matthew says, oh, yeah, it's going to be great. Cab7 said, hello, my friend Rob Hicks. Been a long time. Hope all is well with you and yours. Cecilia Hobby says, I love snails. I'll take all I can get. I have puffers to eat them. That's right, Cecilia. But Michael is in England. So if you're not in England, I'm sure it's not going to be easy for him to send any snails to you. But my snail population has cut back quite a bit because I've cut back feedings. Actually, since I've come back from vacation, I was gone 7 days, and they didn't eat for 7 days. They did have the vacation feeders, but you know, most of the time they just cloud up the water. But since I've been back from vacation, I might miss a day of feeding. And so this tank back here has been getting fed just about every other day because the algae buildup is there. So you know they're going to nibble on the algae and the one-cell organisms that live on the algae. Michael says, everyone here, just give Sue some more like thumbs up. There's only 5 thumbs up, so click that like button. Thank you, Michael. Mark's Ark said, if you have a canister that's not running for 6 to 8 hours, the bacteria will die, and when you start it up, it will dump ammonia in the tank. So you pretty much need to wash that canister filter out and try to put in some beneficial bacteria. Well, guys, it's after 7. I know I started a little late. I appreciate you being with us tonight. I hope that you've enjoyed hanging out in the fish room with hashtag FishFamMom. We need our coil and goldfish premium cold water fish food pellets made by Aquascape. Thank you, Cap. I'm using something that I got from, what is that store that oh boy, I'm blank. Smith, Dr. Smith, and oh my goodness, y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm just blank. Let me look in my email. I have battery-powered air pumps. Never had that problem. They last 55 hours. Hey, dear, I'll join you in your room in a few minutes. Thank you. Y'all, somebody's going to type it in a minute. Michael says, let's get Susan to 1,000 subs. Yeah, let's get me to 1,000 subs. Doctors Foster and Smith. Yeah, that I get my food from them, but I can't remember what the it is a pellet. It might even be, no, mine's not a pellet. Mine's a long, like a half-inch floating tube fish food. I have battery-powered air pumps. Never had that problem. They last 55 hours. Yeah, mine lasted almost 72 hours. Foster's and Smith. Thank you, Cecilia. I knew somebody was going to get it. But anyway, everyone have a good Tuesday evening, and I pray that you all have a blessed week. And Cab 7 Man, thank you for stopping by. Thank you all for joining me tonight. I love you. This is hashtag FishFamMom Susan for SLC Aquatics. See you well, I won't see you next week, but I'm going to try to do a pre-recorded release at 6 o'clock. How about that? Love you guys. See you next time.